Is it going pretty much summer this season? Always plugging holes, you always find that you're not going to get there because of those holes?
Yeah, it felt like it at times. I mean, we got out to a pretty handy lead there too. You know, we were, I don't know, 25 or 26 points up at one stage. But ultimately, they were too good at the end. I mean, there was we were coming in the last quarter. I felt that the start of the last quarter, you know, we had the first 6 inside 50s and we just lacked a little bit of composure inside 50 and a couple of things didn't go our way. But, yeah, you're right. It felt like at times, you know, Reid goes forward in the second quarter. Great move. Kicks 2 or 3 goals in that quarter. Changed the sort of momentum of the game. But you're right, we felt like we were chasing our tails a bit. Pendlebury and Swan, you know, lit up at different times. Pendlebury was outstanding. I mean, even the, you know, 2 goals in the last quarter, captain's goals. His work rate's outstanding. So just told the players we've got to ensure that we come to work on Monday and we still keep looking for ways to get better as a football team. The boys are disappointed tonight. We're obviously very shattered in the rooms. Disappointed coach. But we'll come to work on Monday. We'll keep working hard at getting better as a football team.
When he moved forward, if you start shuffling your defenders again, is it stifling the attack?
Yeah, what hurt us a bit with that one is Reid went forward for them. We liked Andy Otten forward tonight. We started with Henderson and Smith on Reid, but it just looked too dangerous. So we had to swing Otten back, lost a little bit of structure up forward in that second quarter. But the damage was done through centre bounce. I think the numbers are a bit ugly when you look at centre bounce clearances. I think it was 8 to 18 or 8 to 19. So we couldn't get our hands on it through the middle part of the ground, centre bounces. Ball gets in their half. It's such a critical part of the game now. You know, we've got to work on that more than anything probably this week is get it going our way from stoppage situations. Yeah, we debated a fair bit in the coach's box and I was constantly on the phone with the medical officer. You know, he's too valuable. I mean, shouldn't say he's too valuable, but he's... I didn't want to put Dangerfield in any unnecessary risk, so that I was constantly on the phone with the doctor to ensure that he couldn't do any further damage. I just didn't feel comfortable putting him in the middle. But then the kid, and this is this character of this player, he grabs me at 3/4 time and says, just put me in there, I won't let you down. Which is a sign of an incredible young player who loves his footy club and wants to win. And maybe we should have done that earlier. But like I said, I just didn't feel comfortable putting him in there. And you could see the pain he was in with his arm and his shoulder. So I think he'll be all right. We've got a 9-day break. We're not going to jump to any conclusions with the injury. We'll have a scan on Monday and see where we go from there. Yeah, well, there's still 7 games to go. I mean, we're not going to give up. I mean, that's the most important message for our fans. And this football team, and me as coach, we're not going to roll over and die now. As I said, we'll come to work on Monday. We'll review the game and we'll get on with getting better. You know, we are so impressed with some of our young kids today. You know, Jared Lyons comes in and kicks 4. Tommy Lynch again worked his backside off and you know, scrapped 4 goals. But, you know, Darren Milburn's boys down back, Brown, Smith, Laird, we just keep seeing some young men who are going to be really important players for us in the future. Crouch is the one, yeah. I mean, he sees the game different to the rest of the... he's something special, you know. He's going to be an outstanding player. He didn't play as much for us as what we would have liked earlier in the season, but I wanted to teach him a bit of a lesson about defence. And we saw tonight, you know, he played the complete game for us up against some pretty good midfielders. He certainly held his own.
What's left in those 7? I know you can say you want to fight. Are there some key targets you've got that you need in these 7 games regardless of fighting?
We've just got to keep getting better. We've got to keep improving. Like you can't... and I've seen it happen before where clubs now, they head 2 ways. You know, you drop your bottom lip and you give up, or you put your shoulders back, you keep your chin up, and you look for ways to get better as an individual and as a team. So I'll be working just as hard as ever this Monday when we get back to work. And we've got the World Champs next week. We play Geelong at home. So it's important that we dust ourselves off, we have a strong review, and then we look for ways to get better. I think what's happening at the moment is we're allowing too many players to have big games. So again tonight, Pendlebury has 42, kicks 2 goals. You know, Hanbury had the big game against us. Deludio had the big game against us. You know, we're probably just allowing one player to get off the chain. What we're trying to promote at our footy club is that two-way running. You know, you have to put as much energy into defence as you do in attack. It looks like we're learning the hard way at times. We gave up another 62 inside 50s tonight, which is too much. You know, you watch Fremantle play, they give up 40, 42. But we look exciting when we got the ball, you know, still at times tonight. I love the way we attacked. But defensively, we've got to get better at how we structure up, and our pressure on the ball was good at times, but still not consistent for 120 minutes. With our midfield? Yeah, probably. I mean, we're not getting consistency of performance, so I felt like we didn't have 22 contributors tonight. And, you know, when I sat here last year, and I said that most weeks, I said that we had a really good even team contribution. It just doesn't feel like we're getting enough from the entire squad, you know. As I said, some brilliant stuff from some of our young kids, but not enough across the board.
It was probably still a very, very brave performance. It looked like you're about to get blown away. You come back with 4 goals. You really made them a picture. But the other level, you must be so frustrated with some of the goals you gave away from some of the turnovers.
Yeah, at times tonight we just lacked a little bit of composure with the ball. So we did burn it, you know, a couple of horrible handballs, and we just couldn't hit a target. And first quarter we kicked the ball at 85%, which was great. After that the number was way less. I'm not sure the exact number, but yeah, when fatigue sets in, when anxiety increases, you know, fourth quarter, 8 points down, anxiety and stress can sometimes cause you to make fundamental mistakes. So the only way to improve on that is to replicate it at training and to just keep playing our younger players. And once again, we were young this weekend. I think we were the 4th youngest side to take the field this weekend again. We'll just keep giving games to these kids, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from them.
On that issue about how young you are, you need to get these guys learning quickly. Does that strengthen your argument that you need to keep them together, particularly at secondary level and teachers and assistant leader positions?
Oh yeah, you know my position on that. I'm very strong that we have our own second side, that we can develop our young players with our coaches. They can play our way, our systems, our structures. That'd be a big help for us. That's a good question. I guess as a coach, that's what I've got to find out this week. I've got to find out this year. Why can't we get 22 players contributing as they should? You know, so we've had too many guys have dips in form, whether it's a bad quarter, or whether it's a bad game or a bad 2 or 3 weeks. That's something that I've got to identify as a coach. Hard to know. Too early to speculate. The doctor just grabbed the doctor before I came in, because I knew that'd be the question. He said he could play next week. It could be like he plays next week. But the reality is he could be out for 2 to 3 weeks. That's probably what a sprained AC joint. But we won't know the severity until we get the scans back, and that'll probably be late on Monday.
Did you consider subbing him out?
Yeah, we did. We talked about it. Like I said, it's he's too important player. I mean, every player's important, but I didn't want to put him under any unnecessary risk. And our season's on the line. We needed to win. But the doctor assured me that there was not danger that he could severely make the injury worse.
Brent, you may have said it a little bit differently with your stats, but Rory Sloan and Scott Thompson don't seem to have the impact now that what they have been 12 months ago, even after 2 years ago, particularly with Scotty Thompson, 44 sessions every week. Is there a reason for that, or is it maybe father time catching up with Scotty?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, it's probably one that you've got to ask Scotty. You know, he's been battling a couple of little injuries this year, which he has had difficulty overcoming. And I mean, he's got a really strong character. And if he was sitting next to me tonight, he'd say, I didn't have my best game tonight. But he's won our last 2 club champions. You know, he's a best and fairest winner. He's an All-Australian from last year. He's been hampered by a couple of little niggles, which he hasn't been able to get on top of. 6-day break. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have played him tonight, you know. In hindsight, that might have been a mistake, but he puts his hand up every week. We pick him. I don't think his season's been that bad, but he had a night to forget tonight.
Brenton, in terms of what you saw tonight, what does that add for your discussion on Tuesday this match?
Too early, Michelangelo. I'll have to yeah, that's probably a question for me later in the week. I think I'll gather my thoughts. I'll do the review. List management I wasn't thinking about list management tonight. I know we'd like a couple of extra really nice players through our half-back line, through our midfield and through the forward line. We just have to keep bringing good young talent into our club. It's simple as that.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.